Hello, my name is Kackie and I'm here to read you A Guest is a Guest by John Himmelman. Farmer Bean Buckets, his wife and their son Billy lived on a farm. The Bean Buckets were very kind people, and they always treated their animals like part of the family. Billy was especially fond of a clever little piglet named Oliver. The two of them played together every day, but every night Billy and Oliver had to go their separate ways. Can you find the little Oliver the pig? One evening, Billy asked if it would be all right to have a friend spend the night. "Is it okay with his mother?" said Miss Bean Buckets. Billy went out to the pig pen to get his friend Oliver. All the other pigs were asleep, so he quietly snuck the piglet away and took him up to his room. Later that night, Olive's mother noticed that her baby was gone. She woke up the other pigs and they called for the missing piglets. Can you see them? They seem very worried, don't they? The noise woke Oliver and he went down to the back door to see what all the racket was all about. The pigs were very happy to see that Oliver was safe. Together, they all snuck up to Billy's room. Do you see Oliver in the bed with Billy? In the morning, the Bean Buckets came down to the kitchen full of hungry pigs. "What should we do?" Miss Bean Buckets asked. "A guest is a guest, and we must show them our best," said Farmer Bean Buckets. Do you see the pig making pancakes? Later that day, the rooster saw a strange sight in the farmhouse. He sent in one of his bravest hens to investigate. What's strange about the photo? A pig reading the newspaper. When the hen didn't return, he gathered all the chickens together and they entered the house. They found her on a big fluffy pillow. It was the softest nest she ever sat on, and she wasn't about to leave. Is your pillow fluffy and soft? Soon there was a hen on every pillow. "What should we do?" Miss Bean Buckets asked. "A guest is a guest, and we must show them our best," said Farmer Bean Buckets. You see all the hens on the pillows? In the evening, the Bean Buckets sat down to watch their favorite Western. The pigs and the chickens were making so much noise that Farmer Bean Buckets had to turn the volume way up. The sound of the TV Western brought the horses and the cows stampeding into the room. They stopped in front of the TV and stared. "More guests?" asked Billy. "Afraid so," said Farmer Bean Bucket. They have a lot of guests over, don't they? In the morning, there was a knock on the door. It was the ducks. "They were wondering where everyone went," said Billy. Now the house was filled with animals. They took over the TV. Look at the ducks coming in. How many ducks are there? And that's after all the horses and the pigs and cows came to watch the TV. They ate all the good stuff out of the refrigerator. What's your favorite food? The morning paper was always a mess. See them reading the newspaper? And worst of all, there was a line for the bathroom. Finally, Farmer Beanbucket cried out, "A guest is a guest, and we must show them our best. But when enough is enough, you have to get tough." You see him yelling? So the animals threw out the bean buckets. Then Billy had an idea. He called Oliver outside to the pig pen. The two of them began to roll and play in the mud. Did you see them getting dirty? When Olive's mother saw them out there, she led the pigs out of the house and into the pen, where they could keep a better eye on the piglet. Your mom's always watching. Mom and Dad. This gave Farmer Beanbucket an idea. He jumped on the perch in the chicken coop. "Cock-a-doodle-doo," he crowed. The rooster didn't like someone else doing his job, and he led the chickens out of the coop. Can you make a rooster noise? Miss Beanbucket caught on to what was happening, and she rolled the TV into the stable. The horses and the cows followed right behind her. The ducks were a little more difficult to get out, but moving the tub and shower to the yard did the trick. See the ducks taking a bath? The Beanbuckets ran back into the house and locked the door behind them. The house was a mess, and after a full day of cleaning, they were exhausted. Are you sleepy? "A guest is a guest, and now it's time for some rest," said Farmer Beanbuckets, and one by one, the whole Beanbuckets family fell asleep. Look, they moved out to the barn to be with all the animals. The end.